Be mindful and realize physical nature as physical nature. Be mindful and realize mental nature as mental nature. Physical nature or mental nature are just to be mindful, just to be realized as they are. They are neither for removing nor attaching. They are not for thinking as I, mine, or remaining in somewhere as the same one. But they are arising and ceasing, replacing and conditioning from moment to moment, depending on corresponding causes. Meditation is not just focusing on one object. Meditation is not just sitting on the floor, closing the eyes, but trying to develop mindfulness and right understanding about their nature, without attaching and rejecting. Physical nature or mental nature are not the same one, not the same thing along the timeline. They are not something, not someone, but ever new impermanent nature, ever renewing and replacing nature. Or they are just conditioned impermanent nature or conditioning impermanent nature. Causes can be realized, conditioning nature. Result can be realized, conditioned nature. Conditioning nature will condition the conditioned nature to arise newly. That means causes will condition the result to arise newly. Causes and the result are not the same one, but they are separate, different nature. But the result will arise newly depending on corresponding causes. You will have the relation to each other, but causes will not become the result. The result will arise newly and naturally, depending on corresponding causes. If we think causes and result are the same one, that is wrong view of continuity. If you consider the fertilizer will become the fruit That is wrong view. Fertilizer will not become the fruit. Fertilizer is the causes that will just support the fruit to arise newly as a separate nature. The final consciousness, the last moment in our life, cannot transmigrate to other place, other body. The last consciousness or the last mental state will disappear a right moment. It cannot reappear again. But the last consciousness will condition as soon as is disappearing. The new consciousness to arise in suitable place, in suitable other ones. If we consider the original sound and ego sound are the same one, the same thing, that is wrong view of continuity. The original sound and ego sound are not the same one. They are separate nature. You will have the relation to each other. The original sound will not become the echo sound. The original sound will arise and cease at the right moment. But the original sound will condition the echo sound to arise newly, depending on the corresponding causes, such as the cave or the well. Last night I slept. I fall asleep without wearing the rubber clothes. So I catch cold last night. So I feel the pain in my throat. Depending on the cold temperature, happened in last night. Cold temperature is cold temperature. It is not the pain in my throat. But the causes, the cold temperature will condition, will support the pain to arise newly in my throat at the present moment. In fact, the cash cool or cool temperature had already ceased in last night. It cannot pass through to the present moment. But last night, cash cool or cool temperature that has already gone will condition the pain or the cause to arise in future. The created meditation time is over now. Any question or any difficulty? This session, I would like to explain and classify about the wrong view. Because wrong view is the main cause or important cause for suffering and unhappiness and the future result. There are 62 kinds of wrong view in Buddha teaching, but I will explain the main 3 wrong views. Others, defilements, karma, and consequences about bad or good things are based on the wrong view. Wrong view means wrong understanding or wrong perception. How we can classify that is wrong view or not, that is right view or not. There are 3 kinds of wrong view. One is wrong view about the continuity. Second is wrong view about the relation, wrong view about no relation or no conditioning. That wrong view is a wrong view of self or created truth. Can you remember? One wrong view is wrong view of continuity. In Pali, we call sasata deity. Second is wrong view of no relation or no conditioning. And in Pali, we call uchira deity. That one is the wrong view of self or created truth as reality. Pali, Sakaya deity. And these 3 wrong views are arising because of not understanding about their physical nature and mental nature in the right way. So that means ignorance or not understanding the physical nature and mental nature in the right way will cause wrong view. Now we hear the sound. Maybe they are They are generators. Yeah. Now the sound is existing. When it will stop, maybe after the session, maybe 8:30. So when the sound will stop, maybe about 8:30, 8:40, like that. That means we think that sound is existing for 2 hours, continuously, and then it will cease after 2 hours, after some period. Actually, that sound is renewing and ceasing, from moment to moment. It's not the same sound. That similar sound, rising and ceasing. So that we think the same sound is continuing for 1 hour, 2 hours, continuously. So that is wrong view. Sound is physical in nature. We should understand any physical nature or mental nature. We should understand physical nature or mental nature are not the same one along the timeline. But we think the same sound, the same mind, the same feeling is existing or continuing along the timeline. For example, we see the light. We think the same light is existing for 1 hour, 2 hours. If we learn the physics, the light is flashing 60 times per second. Flashing means rising and ceasing in high speed. They call frequency. They say with hertz. They say the light frequency in electricity is 60 hertz. 60 hertz means rising and ceasing of the electricity or light is 60 times per second. So that means it is not the same light, but the same similar lights, rising and ceasing 60 times per second. That is for example, we should understand any rising in our body and mind. Any hardness, softness, coolness, they are not the same one. They cannot continue as the same one along the timeline. They are renewing and ceasing from moment to moment. For example, I will switch on the water tap. I will touch the water tap, and maybe I am touching the water flowing. It is not the same water. Every moment is renewing and changing. That we think I am touching the same water. Not only about the size of the water, even my finger is also body cells are renewing and changing from moment to moment. It is not the same cell. If the same cell, if the same body cell are continuing along the timeline, we should not be growing old. We should be stay young. throughout our life. The body cells are changing, renewing from moment to moment, depending on the condition of nutriment, temperature, consciousness, and karma. Some people ရုပ်ကြသွားတယ်လေစိတ်တွေဖြစ်စေတယ်ဆိုတော့ some people are very stressful.
What is the gospel?
Her appearance look like old. Actually, it is not too old yet, but she is very stressful and deep in trouble. That means she developed negative mind, so her face very appear to be old. That means mind is affecting the body cell. So that means body cells are not remain as the same one. So we cannot be staying throughout our life because conditions are changing. So the result will become changing.
So mental feelings affecting the physical appearance.
Yes, not only the mental effect, but also nutrients, temperature, karma can affect the body nature or body appearance. If you meditate very well, maybe the mind becomes peaceful, you have the right understanding, you have the right attitude, right thinking, so your appearance become peaceful, calm down, and stable. So physical nature are permanent or impermanent, changing or unchanging. Why? Why they are impermanent? Why there is changing and renewing and disappearing? And why the light impermanence? Not continue as the same one, not permanent as the same one. Why? That means they are arising and ceasing. But even the arising and ceasing cannot be forever. So the light is arising and ceasing from moment to moment. But that arising and ceasing process cannot be forever. Maybe after 8:30, it will finish totally.
Because the condition will be changed.
Yes, the light cannot arise by itself. The light can arise depending on the electricity or generator driving. If generator stop, electricity stop. If the electricity stop, the light off. So the light cannot be forever, cannot continue as the same one, because it is dependent nature, condition nature. Any condition nature, any dependent nature cannot be permanent, cannot remain as the same one. Depends on the causes. So causes is also impermanent nature, because even the causes are also physical nature or mental nature. So electricity is physical nature, that is also impermanent. So the light that is depending on electricity, that is impermanent nature, will be impermanent nature. For example, we eat every day about their food, nutrients. Any nutrients are not forever. If you put some fruits here, some rice here, they become rotting or decaying and spoiling from moment to moment. So our body is depending on the decaying nature, impermanent nature about the food. How our body can be permanent or can be stay young or can be the same one along the lifetime or timeline. Because the causes are impermanent and decaying. So the result of the causes cannot be permanent or stable. So that means any physical nature, mental nature cannot be permanent or cannot be the same along the timeline. For example, consciousness, ear consciousness can be permanent or not? And why?
Sound is impermanent.
Yes, sound is impermanent. So sound cease, ear consciousness will cease. Ear consciousness cannot arise without the support of sound arising. If sound finish, ear consciousness will finish. We cannot make ear consciousness forever or remain the same because its causes, its condition are impermanent, so the result will be impermanent as well. So that is that we consider the physical nature or mental nature will continue as the same one, as the same thing, or they are permanent. That is wrong view. Some people, now we will go to the second wrong view. That is the wrong view of no conditioning or no relation. And some people do not believe about the rebirth. Some people do not believe about the bad action, bad mind can give the bad result. Why? Some people do not believe about the karma and do not believe about the next birth. Why? They do not understand very well about the conditioning power of physical nature and mental nature, especially about the mental nature. They do not understand very well about the conditioning power of mental nature, especially the conditioning power of greed, anger, and ignorance. Yesterday at the lunch and the 2 p.m. session, I explained about the conditioning of ignorance, attachment, karma. We can understand anger is not forever, appear and disappear. We can understand attachment is not forever, but arising and ceasing. We can understand that mind also appear and disappear, but we cannot understand very well about their conditioning power can give the result in the future. So they consider after finishing, they cannot give the effect in the future. So they consider there is no relation or no result about the action or about the physical nature and mental nature after seeing. So we learn about the dependent origination, dependent causes. So that means we can understand physical nature or mental nature are arising and ceasing, impermanence. They cannot remain in some way, but they have the conditioning power to produce the results, similar results to arise, similar result or corresponding result to arise in future. Future can be sooner or later. So that is about wrong view of no relation or no conditioning. Do you have any thought or thinking at the meditation time? Why? Actually, most of the meditators dislike about the thought and thinking. They try to stop it and try to focus about the one object of reading. Although they try to stop the thoughts or thinking, but although trying to stop them, but how thought or thinking are arising frequently or sometimes again and again. Why? Why mental nature arise like that? Although we don't want them. Maybe this morning you talk someone. Maybe at the moment of talking about some issue, maybe some words of his talking makes you annoyed and frustrated. But for that moment, you cannot be mindful and realize in the right way. So maybe for that moment, that voice, that sound will make you angry. Maybe anger will appear and disappear at the right moment. It cannot follow you back. At night time you meditate, you think this morning she talked me like that. Why? Attachment. Maybe at the moment of talking this morning, you how do you say? You are not angry about her was, or you have no attachment about any was to him. Maybe you will not think about that issue at the morning. Actually, a lot of issues, a lot of matters are happening the whole day. But why you think only that issue that's happening? Because that happening makes you defilement or attachment to arise at that moment. So that means hearing is just a present result. Hearing is neither good nor bad. Sound is just physical nature. It is neither good nor bad. They are just a result. Right? Yesterday I discussed about eye, ear, contact with the sound. Maybe that is physical nature contact that will cause ear consciousness. Maybe perception arise after hearing, after ear consciousness arising. Actually, she tell about the jokes of kidding, but the perception, what translate that joking is, how to say, making you looking down. So that means anger will rise. Why you anger like that? You cannot be mindful and you have misunderstanding or you have the delusion about the sound arising and perception, translation. So that means at the moment of hearing, you have the wrong view and attachment about the sound, about the feeling. So that became the causes. If causes appear, it will give the result in the future. Future will be the meditation time. Future arising will be the meditation time. Thinking that issue at the meditation time is kusala or akusala? Thinking about it is wholesome or unwholesome. How do you think? Actually, thinking means, how to say, some thinking, some thoughts are the result of past action, good or bad. Right? Result is actually neither wholesome nor unwholesome. Do you know wholesome or unwholesome? Yeah? Do you have about the kusala or akusala? Actually, kusala is about the we translate wholesome or helpful or good. Akusala means unwholesome or unhelpful or bad. Generally, we should consider greed, anger, delusions are negative mental state. We consider bad mental state. And the greed and the anger and the delusion, good. Because they can greed, anger, and delusion will give the bad result. Generally we say like that. And the greed and the anger and the delusion will give the good result. So, what is good or bad result? For example, sitting on the chair is good or sitting on the floor is good?
Depends on that. We prefer to sit on the.
Yes, some people sit on the chair. Why? If they are saying, I will force them and you must not sit on the chair, you must sit on the floor. Can? Maybe she will be angry.
Yes.
Why?
There's some problem on sitting on the floor, right?
Yes, maybe for them their perception will judge. Sitting on the floor is bad. Why? Maybe she has some problem about the knee or sitting on the floor will cause unpleasant feeling.
Yes.
Maybe sitting on the chair will cause pleasant feeling. So that means their perception judge that is good means that actually sitting on the floor is not good, bad, and neither good nor bad. But these conditions give her pleasant feeling, so her perception think that is good. So actually, according to the Buddha teaching, we should understand, classifying about good or bad is depending on whether a pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling arising. For example, how to say, last time I like the spicy food, but maybe I eat a lot or frequently about the spicy food. Maybe I feel pain stomach seriously. So that means spicy food gives unpleasant feeling. So later, my perception, weight of my perception changed. First time, my perception judged that spicy food is good. But later, it caused unpleasant feeling seriously about my stomach. So my perception changed. That is not good because it gives unpleasant feeling. For example, I will take you to the other center. Maybe at the center, maybe stay there. It causes you unpleasant feeling a lot. Maybe your mind will judge going there is wrong and bad. So what I mean is, this is not about the good or bad for liberation, but general understanding about the people. So what I mean is, good or bad about our judgment is depending on our feelings. Feeling is just a result of kusala and akusala, but they are neither kusala nor akusala. Can you understand? So that means causes can be classified wholesome or unwholesome. Causes can be classified good or bad, but actually results are neither good nor bad. But generally we classify the result good or bad according to the pleasant or unpleasant feeling arising. So what I mean is, actually, how to say, I think about my mother, maybe. Thinking about my mother, maybe I feel good, I feel happy, I will consider that thinking is good. Maybe I'm thinking about my mother, but for that moment of thinking, I feel sad or I feel remorse, maybe I will think that is bad. Actually, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling are just the result of past action, good or bad. What I mean is thinking about or thought arising is neither good or bad yet. But you consider that is good or bad and you like or dislike, it becomes the attachment. So thinking alone is neither good nor bad, but they are just the result of past action, good or bad. But the result about past action, good or bad, is neither good nor bad. But we judge, and that result give the unpleasant feeling, we see that result is not good. If pleasant feeling arise about the result, we judge that result is good. For example, do you will you be happy? I will give you a lot of money. Like a pile, I will put here. Will you be happy? But I tell you, you must sleep on the on the pile of money. You must not use it. So you will not be happy. Getting that money give you only about the unpleasant feeling because you must sleep on the pile of money. Maybe I will give you a lot of jewels. You must eat and you must sleep on the pile of jewels, but you must not sell. So getting that lot of jewels is giving you a pleasant feeling only. You will not be happy. So getting something or someone, only one getting something give you pleasant feeling, you will consider that is good. Right? For example, getting married is good or bad? Yes, after marriage, you are supposed is make you unhappy, make you sorrow. Maybe you are supposed to make you a lot about the unpleasant feeling. You will not consider getting married is good. But you are supposed will give you pleasant feeling, and maybe you will take care of a lot and how to say, maybe he give you a pleasant feeling, he condition you to arise a pleasant feeling, you will be happy about your marriage. So what I mean is, actually, result is just physical nature or mental nature. They are neither good nor bad yet. But you have the attachment and you consider that is mine, I. So it became the causes. So what I mean is, any greed or anger or attachment arising, they will give the effects or they will condition the result to arise in the future, although they are impermanent. But you do not believe about the anger or about the attachment will give the result in the future, that is wrong. The third wrong is misunderstanding about the Creator to us reality. Actually, I, mine, cake, motor car, they are just a concept or created truth. Self-ego, entity, they are not true existence, true nature. But we think self or someone or created through as reality. That is wrong view. So three wrong view we need to understand, and we are trying to be mindful and realize the wrong view as wrong view. Understanding the wrong view as wrong view is not wrong view. It becomes right understanding. It becomes right view. So even the wrong view can be mindful as it is. You can be mindful and realize wrong view as wrong view. It will cause right view to arise. Maybe time is up. Can you understand? So we will share our merits. May all beings rejoice and get our merits. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful.